Hi there, Virgo. Thank you so very much for your patience with this reading. It is your mid-July reading. Of course, energy is fluid, so it may permeate a little before the 15th, a little after the 31st. Virgo, let us get started here. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was hearing, first and foremost, potpourri. Okay, so however that resonates with a number of you, but I was also hearing pretend, pretend, pretend. And I'm hearing this word in Italian, affollato, which is like crowded, busy. And when we think of potpourri, right? It's like it's somewhat like chaotic, right? It's a chaotic sort of arrangement of the senses. Okay, the senses. So we'll heed that. We'll heed that. You have the Six of Pentacles in reverse that popped out in the very sort of beginning as I was shuffling for you, Virgo. And I'm hearing Gemini. I'm beckoned to mention Gemini. And Gemini is very much this dynamic, sort of darting energy. Okay. Now, I'm hearing distraction. I'm hearing distraction. Virgo, it's interesting because when we look at the Six of Pentacles, right, the feeling is somewhat like I'm hearing fragrant. Something about the senses here for you coming through strongly. Something about the senses, potpourri. However that resonates with you, Virgo. I'm hearing temperance. I'm hearing keep it together, hold it together. There's something. It's almost like there are all these little bits and pieces, moving parts, okay, that you are to assimilate. Okay, your understanding of, I'm hearing where it all stands, where everyone stands, where everything stands, where you hearing resist. Resist forming boundaries. I'm hearing resist forming boundaries. Something is, I'm hearing scapegoat, okay, for a number of you, but Virgo, I'm hearing temperance again. That is Sagittarius' card in the major arcana, okay, but skipping. Okay, there's something, it's like, I'm hearing diabolic. It's sort of, there's something about balance, Virgo. Okay, there's something about balance and the attention span for a number of you. There may be again a lot of moving parts, a lot of little pieces. Okay, to the greater locomotion of whatever this form and process is for you that you have stepped into. I'm hearing boundaries form. There's something about bringing together all of these moving parts in such a way where I'm hearing, are seamless. You are seamless. I'm imagining you getting into this. What's this? It's like a bullet train, like a mini in the Polar Express. A wonderful movie. I reference it often. There is this scene where they reach what is sort of like the North Pole, okay, sort of destination, okay, and so there are these little elves at one point, and there are these tracks that are suspended over this, um, uh, just this dark well, this dark void. Okay, now I was hearing void for you, okay, as well as I was meditating on your energy void, something about a void, but here it is, Virgo. It's like this. Imagine, and this is the exact scene in the movie Polar Express, right? There is this like sort of tower that the main characters enter into, right, out of curiosity. They're like, "Wow, we've never been here. Wow, they're exploring these lands," and they enter into this tower, okay, and or complex or whatever it may be, and there is these steel sort of grids, okay, that connect the walls, okay, and the interior of whatever this tower is. And they're somewhat like train tracks. Okay, they're like train tracks, but they're very steely, and um, uh, they're very I'm hearing slight. Okay, so whatever that may mean to a number of you as that's coming through, they are very almost fine. Okay, fine grids of steel. Now, at one point, right, these main characters are tiptoeing along these steel grids, and they're trying to keep their balance as they're walking, tiptoeing across them to get from one side to the next to complete their journey of exploration of whatever this space is. Now, it's very mystical, it's very magical. There's an understanding of the gravity of whatever this journey is, whatever this passage is, and yet all characters are so very compelled to take the, I'm hearing the stand, to take the stand and to take the chance as they feel it, right? Now, following suit, at one point, right, as they cross over, there is this very futuristic sort of bullet train ship shuttle that arrives suddenly along these tracks, and right, these elves pop in and out, and it's all very, I'm hearing fantastical. It's all very fantastical. It's out of a storybook. Okay, storybook, storyline. There's something, it's a part of your imagination, Virgo, that takes flight here, where you make peace with your own flight of balance, the balancing act, the balancing act. And right, tiptoeing across these steel grids, right, where there's just a vast void of darkness beneath, much sort of like the sea, okay, but there's a focus on air for you, air, okay, Virgo. I am hearing slapstick, okay, slapstick comedy, slapstick, something, okay, about air, and I mentioned Gemini in the very beginning, right, of the video, and Gemini was ruled by Mercury, right? So communication, air, the intellectual rational mind, humor, playfulness, imagination may be a key in finding and maintaining your balance. That may be I'm hearing the signal, that is almost like the medium that gauges the signal strength. Okay, signal strength has been coming through for a number of signs now. A number of signs. I believe it came through for Pisces, yes, for Scorpio also, and was it Leo that it may have come through for? But nonetheless, all of the signs more or less have been blending together almost, nearly getting very, very similar readings. Okay, now Virgo, it's catch and throw. It's catch and throw, where you harness this balance. I'm hearing you are suspended. You are suspended. I'm hearing forward march. Forward march. That is where and when you make progress. That I'm hearing is predetermined. Okay, something about the process by which you are traversing through this whole experience, Virgo. You understand there is a depth to it. There is a depth to it. Yet again, somewhat like a void, where you understand that there is so much to be understood about whatever this is that you're experiencing, whatever this process is, procedure, whatever it goes deep. Okay, I'm getting this image of a well, and I'm zeroing in on this sodalite, beautiful sodalite stone. that speaks of that very deep place. I'm hearing that happy place, and it's interesting because this stone has um, the markings of almost like a zebra, right? It's black. It's very dark. It's very dark. It's deep dark navy blue, and it's white. So contrasted, right? So again, right, there is this the dark space, and yet there is the the air, the uprising, right? The depth of this well and the uprising. And similarly, right, the I'm hearing the transfusion of both of these worlds, both of these dimensions, as they come into one in a stillness of horizon that you traverse. I'm imagining very, very clearly this scene in this movie, Polar Express. So you may want to check it out if you haven't yet. It's a beautiful movie. I love it. I love that movie. But there is right this. I'm getting this vision of you. It's like a track, and it's like almost like right. Don't look down. You feel the gravity of the spacelessness beneath you as you tiptoe along these rungs, but you, at the same time, right, heed your focus, heed your focus, heed your focus. It's where you stand in relation to those two realms, Virgo, in relation to those two worlds, which brings you just where you are in the middle between them. Between them. I'm hearing outlier, outlier. You are the outlier. The realm of understanding, of knowing. So, Virgo, this is how I'm getting it. You're thinking, I just need to keep moving. It's about the motion, it's about the momentum of this motion, of this pace keeping, this pace making, this peacemaking, right? Peace, harmony, equilibrium. I'm hearing between dark matter and light, and I'm seeing a bridge of light. Okay, and it's I'm getting two references here for you, Virgo. One is it's what I'm seeing is there's this beam of light, right, and then there are these is like this solid rectangular block of light right beneath this. Almost it looks like a skateboard or two like the tips of two jester shoes that point out. And so I'm getting it's very similar to the symbol of the bull for Taurus. Okay, and those Japanese sort of complexes, right? That with the rooftop that is curved upwards and the pillars. So however those resonate with you, Virgo, but Taurus is coming strongly through. Taurus is coming strongly through, and a butterfly just fluttered by my window. So however it resonates yet again, there is this focus on the ethereal dream matter. I'm drawn to these two sodalite stones, and they're similar but different. One is a little flatter, and one has again this stripe. Right? But they both speak to that. I'm hearing that very deep, dark space, so to speak. Right? They reference dreams, the dream world, the astral realm. Now I'm hearing crossover, where we cross over from one to the next. Right? Something about the stone is really fascinating, right? As I feel it speaks to this concept. It's like how amazing, how beautiful that in such a stone that is known to be, right, so very deep. Speaking of the subconscious, the dream realm, right? It's a meditative stone. You could see such a stark contrast of color, of light. So where right, it's like, again, the dichotomy, where one form or one aspect of your experience, Virgo, may seem so heavy in some ways, however you resonate with that, however you take it. In general reading, it can apply differently to everyone. But you understand there is this implicit foil of a reality that exists at the same time, at the very same time, of experiencing that depth, that weight, that gravity, that void, the unknown, that is at the same time known, right, as a reflector of light, as a reflector of light. And the mirror of these two worlds, right, if you're imagining them as inverted perceptions of reality, form, I'm hearing the space for you. For you. You are the makeup and the composition of those two worlds, those two realities. So you're thinking, I don't need to, right, understand what goes on beneath, perhaps beneath the surface. And similarly, right, I don't need to try and traverse my way forward by keeping my head up and understanding what goes above. At the same time, to make my way through this passage, I must hold my focus forward. Forward march. Because that's where I just am those two worlds, Virgo, at the same time. And I'm now seeing that in that bar of light, Virgo, there's now a sort of a black perimeter of almost like a frame, and its corners are very angular. Okay, so there's something about splitting the deck, Virgo, and you get it, without needing to get it, without needing to completely, right, travel to the extremes of simply you, of you. I'm hearing it's you, Virgo. So where something you feel like, I have been grappling with this strange thought, or I'm grappling with this, odd, I'm hearing odd enclosure, whatever this reality has seemed to be for me. What is this? What has it been? Everything is a reflection of me. So coming to that point where I understand myself, I come into that balance and that harmony with myself. That's where I am brought to the very beginning of the end, I'm hearing of time, I'm hearing everything stands in a blissful state just then, we are standing as one with ourselves. And I am hearing lotus, whatever that means, to a number of you, lotus. Okay, flower, something about nature, prominently here for you, and it's the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Now, you pulled the Fool, beautiful, looking over at the Six of Pentacles in reverse, okay? And this is the exact sort of envisioning of the experience of embarking upon whatever this whatever this transformative cycle is for you, Virgo, right? It's like this baby chick. Just beginning again. I'm here, just beginning again. And it's very interesting because where we see this new beginning to a brand new cycle and chapter, okay, I'm hearing humble abode. This may be in terms of home life, lifestyle, work life. Okay. You understand that where it begins, it all must end. Must end. Now, as I say that, I'm zeroing in on the Devil card and the Tower, which are side by side, okay, very, very closely aligned, right beneath the Six of Pentacles. And if you look at these three cards together, they're a very similar color scheme. Right? This sort of blazing, fiery red, orange color with the white and the black. Somewhat again, right, like the contrast of the sodalite stone, the dark navy, and the stripe of white. And so, beneath these two cards, there is this third card that wants to be heard. It is the Daughter of Swords, and I'm immediately thinking of Gemini here for you. Okay, that's what's coming through in the very beginning of the reading, right? There was this reference of Gemini. So there may be an individual, okay, depending on how you relate to it. It may personify you even, Virgo, right? You and Gemini both sharing the same ruler, Mercury. This very, I'm hearing ethereal, energetic perception even of one another. So however you take that. Now, okay, but it may, yet again, be referencing the way that this air energy may be channeled. Okay, that is under, I'm hearing review, I'm hearing disclosure, and also I'm hearing redemption for a number of you. Okay, whatever that may mean, and you do have the Ace of Swords here. Okay, right next to the stack. It's in reverse, so there's something impending. It may, again, be communicative. It may be in terms of what you... I'm hearing the facet of speaking. The facet of speaking. Now, sodalite, yet again, right? It's a dark blue stone, and the color blue relates to the throat chakra. So there may be something about communication of whatever this experience is or has been perhaps for a number of you. There is a focus on bringing whatever this emotion and feeling is from, I'm getting the hindsight, the rear view mirror, the rear view vision to the fore. To the landscape. I'm hearing to the landscape. Now, this may be in terms of career, finances, both, family life, and again, coming through strongly. You have the Empress horizontally laid over the thickest stack here, configuring somewhat like a theme card, okay, as I'm feeling as I'm reading it for you. The Empress speaks. I'm hearing Gemini again, so there may be a connection. Okay, Empress, Gemini, air energy, yet again, mercurial energy, communication, and motherhood, mothering. I'm hearing that as well, where again, this new beginning takes its form is where you take this flight from. I'm hearing the starting point, and these two cards together, right, speak of that very transformational sort of passage. I'm hearing that right of passage, however you take it, Virgo. Devil, is Capricorn's card, has been coming up for a number of signs now. Almost every single sign has got in Capricorn of the major arcana. Speaking of career matters, finances, right? But there is yet again this somewhat plutonic, right, sort of effect that is had when we see these two cards together. Right? Especially so with the Tower being very sort of plutonic energy in and of itself. I'm hearing disheveling light, shining light by way of, I'm hearing obstructing, observing the shadows. So, understanding, I'm hearing financial gain, matters of financial gain. I'm hearing what it takes to manifest, okay, the terms and the conditions of what will help us begin again, bring us to our starting point by way of illuminating an end. So it's chapter to chapter, Virgo, chapter to chapter, and you recognize that there is, again, right, this void and this need to just simply acknowledge it, but in such a way where perhaps you don't, right, you're not directly dealing with it, right? You see the devil, he's associated in some way with the situation, with the matter, but it's almost, right, like almost like running away. Not like running away, but its focus is elsewhere. So yet again, right, there is this theme of acknowledgement of both realms, okay, but in such a way where you bring that understanding, that fundamental recognition, okay, of scape, I'm hearing of landscape, financial landscape, it may be for a number of you, into action, into form, into being, from theory to practice, Now, there is this feeling of daunting, right? The Fool, looking over at the Six of Pentacles. I'm hearing repair. There is a focus for you absolutely on the home front, on finances, on career matters, how we, I'm hearing, associate our material, tangible world with a sense of stability. What brings that in for you? What determines that, I'm hearing scapegoat, what determines that, I'm hearing illusory feeling, okay? Now, and as I was saying that, I was zeroing in on the citrine crystal, speaking of fire energy, speaking of passion, speaking of forward thinking. I'm getting that strongly for you, and I'm feeling that it is greatly associated with this Fool, and they are somewhat of a similar color tone as well, right? We see this sort of yellow-orange hue in the background of the card. There is the visionary aspect, Virgo, of whatever this landscape is. Yet again, this landscape, the scapegoat, something, however resonates with you, Virgo, you recognize it's, yes, it's a challenge, but it's not just a test of what I can create. It's not just a test of what comes by way of. It's a test of me to accept accept myself, to learn about myself through the process of rebuilding, there is a final word, there is a final say that perhaps is associated with this new beginning, right? Like once I begin this, once I set out, once I start out, I've got to commit to that decision 100%. That would mean me, right? Coming out about what I hold within. This introversion, this extroversion. So I'm getting there is this configuration, okay, of steps, but not just literal steps. It's the summoning of even a sort of energetic vibration, and I'm hearing vibrancy, okay, that brings you to this point, Virgo, where you feel whatever this scape is no longer daunting. Where you see it, Virgo, as just another branch for you to channel, I'm hearing channel, and traverse to make it through. I'm hearing on the other side. And we see, right, on this card, this darkness and this light, this white branch in the shadowed background. Yet again, right, so much referencing to the polarity of light and dark. So what I'm getting for you is whatever this experience is, whatever this process is, again, maybe in regards to finances, career, a new chapter, beginning, seeing yourself in a different light, I'm getting that it's in a different landscape, it's in a different terrain, it's in a different, I'm getting weather, I'm hearing economic climate, but it is fundamentally the same process that you began with and you ended with. It's all grid work. Again, Virgo, I'm getting that strongly for you. So it's like, you're like, in a way, it doesn't matter, right? If it's light in the background or if it's dark below me. The focus and the constant that remains through the whole experience is what my focus is, what I'm guided along, right? The white branch. Again, it's like that pillar of light, that beam of light that I was envisioning in the very beginning. And so, right, it's like, it seems like, oh my gosh, right? It's a new experience, right? I've got to start all over. I've got to start completely anew. What is this world going to be like? What is this world going to sound like, feel like, taste like? I'm hearing that for you, Virgo. But it's just about recognizing that it's in a way all the same. And it just comes down to you and holding your balance along the branch. All right? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. There is a weighted feeling to it. It's like, right, it's like just getting used to. It's a little perhaps disorienting, but it's like, Virgo, I'm feeling, don't get distracted. I'm hearing for a number of you, by the limelight. Don't get distracted by whether it's light, it's day, or it's night and it's darkness, right? You can look up at the sky and you see light. You can look down into that well and it's dark. But to traverse, to hold your balance means focusing just on you as the connector between those two realities. Beautiful, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. please feel free to check out your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. All right. I am so touched, all of you, by your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. So thank you for connecting. And I have added a Twitter account for those of you who may want to connect via Twitter. The handle is Alchemy and You. All right, so feel free to add me there, and I have the link in the description box below. And let's see what else. I'll be announcing any sort of announcements, notes, details regarding release of certain videos and things like that, services on the website via the Twitter account. So you may, if you want that sort of access to the updates, then they'll be coming through on the Twitter account. All right, so thank you so much again, Virgo. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a beautiful July. I'll be back with your August reading soon, so stay tuned for it. And otherwise, light and love to all of you. Bye.